Welcome to the Dram Amateur Podcast. Hey everybody, welcome to the Dram Amateur Podcast. My name is Jason. Thank you guys all so much for joining today. Really appreciate it. You can follow, if you don't follow me on the social media websites, you can follow me on Instagram at dram_amateur. Or you can find me on the Facebook. Again, not very much there, but I'm going to be there for a little bit longer. So you can follow me at the Dram Amateur Podcast. But definitely follow me on Instagram. Reach out to me. Let me know that you're listening to the podcast. Give me some feedback. Would really appreciate that. Back again for another episode. My friend Troy's over again. Troy, welcome to the show again.
Glad to be back.
Yeah, it's like I have a fucking partner in crime right now. I like it. A partner in podcasts.
Yeah.
I like it.
Now, you're on the Facebook or on Facebook?
The Facebook.
It's
Facebook.
Okay. The Facebook. Not to be confused with any other Facebooks.
I made the decision. So I made the decision the other night. I'm going to get rid of Facebook because I don't even use Facebook myself personally, right? And I think I'm going to try YouTube. But the only problem with me doing YouTube is because I need to have a green screen. What in my house screams cool background to you when I'm recording a video? Nothing.
I mean, you've got a perfect wall over there. Like once you get
there's
that
no bourbon in there though. I've already asked and she said no. So great thought, Troy, but it's not happening. She'd fucking kill me.
Top shelf.
Yeah.
Just for top shelf.
Just for top shelf. All the good stuff.
Just the good stuff.
All the good bottles on the top shelf. So Troy's talking about. We just had a guy come in. And build like a built-in for us, so cabinets and shelving and everything like that. Big like space on the wall with shiplap for a 65-inch TV and everything. So it looks really cool. It kind of transformed my entire house. But one of the things I've been struggling with doing a video recording of a podcast is I just don't have a good background. So I joined Descript is what I started to use for like when I did that other podcast with my friend that lives a little bit away and we did the recording. They supposedly have a green screen feature. I just got to learn a green screen. Maybe I just buy a damn green screen from Amazon and learn how to do a green screen. Maybe, right? I just don't know, but I got to figure this stuff out. So it's kind of, listen, I haven't even involved with a fucking intro and outro yet, right? I don't have any kind of theme music or anything like that. Troy's dying over here from the tequila he just drank or the bourbon you poured. Is it a Taco Bell?
Yeah, I had a burp that like was coming up, and I'm like, don't burp into the mic.
You know what? It fucking serves you right for not bringing me Taco Bell for lunch.
I got leftovers. You could have had the leftovers. Like I ended up not eating all of it. But yeah, I should have called.
No, you're fine. Troy walked in with Taco Bell. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Where's my Taco Bell? He's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, I really don't care. I'm just kidding with you. And now he's dying over there because the Taco Bell's fighting back.
It is. It's like, what's going on? We want to come back. And we're not done with you yet.
Oh, man. All right. So in this podcast, I think we're going to jump into Troy told me there's a bourbon story. And there's a bottle. Is it a bourbon or a rye that you have?
That's part of the story.
Oh, shit. Okay. So there's a bottle that Troy brought. So we're going to have a story. But if you guys listened to the last podcast, Troy really got into tequila and struggled with bourbon for a little bit, right? Because of the proof and stuff like that and the burn and all that, right?
Proof, burn, char, flavor.
All of it.
Back end, pretty much everything about it. But the first thing I ever drank was a bourbon when I was like in the liquor category.
Wild turkey.
Yep. Wild turkey.
So good. But back then you probably were like, oh, fuck that.
Well, we were in our very early 20s and we were in the Florida Keys. There were 6 of us and we finished a bottle of wild turkey.
Ooh. Hell yeah.
And having not drank anything before, finishing a bottle of wild turkey, it was hurt
the next day.
There was a lot of like interesting things that happened that night that don't happen if you're not drinking a bottle of wild turkey. Pretty certain at least one person threw up that night.
I'm sure.
And I'm not going to explain what the bulldog is, but the bulldog came out that night.
I don't want to know.
Yeah.
We're going to save that for that's a whole other podcast.
That's a whole different podcast and story. But because of that, I really didn't drink anything like that
for
ever after that.
Yep.
And then once we met and were talking and went with you and Alan to one of the bourbon tastings.
Yep.
Only liked 2 out of the 4.
What was the one that you did like? So if you guys haven't listened to the podcast, that one of our favorite old restaurant in town, we used to do bourbon dinner pairings, right? Yeah. Where they'd have a lineup of bourbon, all from the same distillery, and then they'd have like small plates, which God, some of them weren't even small plates. I mean, that one time with the short ribs and the mashed potatoes, that was it was short ribs.
That
right?
was Irish.
That was Irish.
That was for St. Patrick's Day, and that was the best dinner.
Dude, that was
had.
Unbelievable.
That
was a full meal, just the one damn plate.
None of those plates were small.
Yeah,
that was a great meal. There was only 2 decent whiskeys in that too. Like 2 of them were horrible.
That was the Irish night, right? With the Irish whiskeys. Yeah, that wasn't good. But Troy was a trooper, and he would always try it. I think it's the one thing that I think has evolved you to where you're at now, right. Is that you'll always try it. You know, you don't have to like it, right?
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to like it, and you know that like so like I've seen your palate change for over the last year, right? And I think you have too. So yeah. So what was the 2 that you really liked?
I don't even remember what the
Bardstown was. It Bardstown though?
It wasn't Bardstown. It might have been Milan and Green.
Oh, the Milan and Green one?
Maybe.
Yeah, but you had the Milan and Green. You didn't go to that Milan and Green with us, though, did you?
I don't remember.
But did you
that
ever have any?
Night.
But did you ever have any that at the dinner that you really liked? So, I don't think you did, though. Did you?
No, I like that first dinner. I don't think I really liked any of those.
We went to 3 or 4,
and I think the first bourbon dinner that I ended up really enjoying the bourbon at. Was the last one they ever did there.
I didn't go.
The Old Elk. And it was just my wife and I. And I enjoyed all 4 of those. Like it was a good dinner, but that was because my palate has advanced. Because we ended up, I bought a bottle of bourbon several years ago because my daughter does cheerleading. And we were in Louisville, Kentucky. And I'm like, I'm in Louisville. I've got to buy a bottle of bourbon. So I got a bottle of single barrel Old Forester.
The black label. So those of you that are listening, it's the black label, not the single barrel strength one, just the regular one.
And I had no idea what I was buying. I was just like, I'm in Louisville. Buy Old Forester.
You got a good one. You got a good one. Did you buy it from Old Forester or did you buy it from a liquor store?
I bought it from a liquor store. Okay. It was there, like they selected it.
Yep.
And I didn't like it when I bought it. I was just like, I've got a bottle now. Like it was my souvenir bottle from going to Louisville.
Yep.
And then at the dinner night that we had where we were trying to get through the tequila, we finished that bottle off.
Yeah, we did. That was fun. That was cool.
It was really good that night.
Yep.
So my palate has adapted and changed. And then by the time because my wife and I went back to Louisville this last year, and I did a tour of the Evan Williams distillery. And I had 2 of the 4 there that I really liked. And the one I liked the most was a white label.
The white label one, yeah. With
not
the green
Evan
lettering.
Williams, but it was like, it's got like a 6 on it. It's like a distillery only.
That's right.
release.
That's right. I remember you and I talking about that. I hadn't heard of it before.
And at the time, I didn't know it was distillery only. I thought I was going to be able to get a bottle when I came back to Georgia.
Regrets.
So I didn't get it while I was there, but it was really good. And then I as we've kind of like drank at the bar and had drinks here and there, I've found other bourbons that I like, and then I've started to discover I like ryes.
Yeah,
for some reason they just hit me in the right spot.
Troy's on the rye train now because like I would give Troy samples. So like I told Troy, I said, look, when you're starting to get into this, you can start to get into it very much like I had in the day, where you start buying everything to try it. You're buying it off of somebody else's recommendation, right? A YouTube video or something, right? And then you get it and you're like, wow, this is horse's piss. I should never buy this, those kind of things. So what I was doing was I would give Troy samples of things as I would finish it, or just as I opened it, which has been good for him. But then also as he said, hey, I want to try this. Do you have it? I'll see if I have it. And then I get you a sample of it. So you've tried different things, which I think has kind of gotten you to where you're at now, and I appreciate, because ryes can be polarizing for people as well because there's a lot of differences in ryes. So that's kind of cool that you kind of found your little niche right now, and you appreciate ryes, you know. So that's pretty cool that you like that.
Well, and I thought I was going to be smart about this whole bourbon whiskey thing because, like, with tequila, I just started buying bottles. Mm-hmm. So my plan with bourbon was I'm going to get sample bottles because they're $1 to $15 a sample
not a bad
bottle.
Strategy. You save yourself a shit ton of money.
Well, I end up buying...
You have a whole collection of them, don't you?
30 sample bottles.
You gotta start drinking them at some point, you know.
I've made it through 10 of them.
Okay.
But I have 20 more that I need to sample.
What did you try already?
So I tried the...
You have a list in front of you. That's why I'm asking you.
Yeah, so I tried the standard. I tried Jim Beam, standard Jim Beam.
Yep.
Jack Daniel's number 7.
Okay. Sorry.
Early Times.
I wonder if it was old. Oh,
and
see,
Cooper's Craft.
I wonder if the early times was the old early times or the new early times. I don't know what the little bottles are. Did it have? Do you remember if it had a black top or a blue top?
So in the tasting bottles, it's a blue top. Like, there are no black tops that I ever saw.
Who knows what the hell you got then? Oh, so that sucks.
Those were the first 4 tasting bottles I did. I just want to give you an example of my notes I wrote because I thought I was going to be cool and like put tasting notes. One of my notes is Early Times. Almost a nail remover smell. I don't know.
It must be the new one.
I don't know anything about this stuff. But I ranked them. Out of those 4, I ranked Jack Daniel's number 7 first because of the banana smell.
Yeah. You get the banana.
Jim Beam was second. Actually, Jim Beam probably was first because like I've had it since in old fashions, and I like the Jim Beam in an old fashioned.
Yep.
Early Times was third, and then Cooper's Craft was just...
It wasn't the 100. The Cooper's Craft 100 is supposed to be pretty good. I had
it was just the standard. I think it was like an 80,
I heard
80
it's not
proof,
good.
and it was very...
I heard it's very...
I wrote very oaky and bready.
Oh,
like,
yeah, okay. Yeasty.
Yeasty.
Yeah.
Then I moved into Wild Turkey.
Just
101.
80 or 101, yeah.
Wild Turkey 101.
So good.
Old Forester.
86. Which is good.
Maker's Mark and 1792.
Okay. Which one? Just the regular?
Small batch, just a small bottle.
It's a good bottle.
For that, the Wild Turkey was the one.
Yeah.
For me out of those 4.
I wouldn't doubt it.
The worst bottle for me out of those, which I guess is surprising, was the Old Forester.
But I wouldn't doubt that.
I think it was the bottle.
Because the 86, but the 86 is polarizing the people. Like, so some people don't like the 86. They say that, like, the good one for the Old Forester is the 100 proof. Like, that's that's your starting point for your Old Foresters. So that's what I've always heard. So I'm so used to drinking that because that's what the Delta Sky Club serves for free. So I drink Old Forester 86 all the time. Yeah. So.
And and the other 2, Maker's Mark and 1792, were very close to each other. Yep. I could have flipped them either way. I had Maker's Mark ahead just because for that night I liked it, and I've had it in mixed drinks and stuff now, and I like it in a mixed drink. The other small bottles that I've tried, I didn't rank any of these. I've just tried them since the 4 Roses Small Batch Select.
Okay, yeah.
The Willet Straight Rye Whiskey Rare.
Which Willet's one of your first ones. Willet's one of your ryes that you really like.
And that bottle.
Yeah.
So like all of the other tasting bottles still have bourbon or whiskey in them.
Okay, so you just did a little bit.
I didn't drink all of it.
Yeah, okay.
That Willet bottle.
You drank all of it?
I drank the whole thing.
It's good, man. I'm telling you.
It was so good. Yeah. I ended up buying a full bottle.
Yep.
Because of how good that small bottle was.
So it's the green label, for those of you listening, it's the green label Willet Rye, the 4-year one. That's really, really good. And I think I found with that though, and I think I have one in the cabinet over there. I think you need to try. They're very, the batches are different. Yeah. So it's like the one I have, I think I've told you before, it's very green tea, where the one we tried before at the bar was not green tea at all. It was very different. But
they all have like a nice mint note through them.
What you like, what you've discovered you like.
I like mint gum. I like mint stuff. I don't mind mint in my liquor. Like there's something like nice about that, especially with that type. And reading up a little bit, I guess that's kind of a distinct note for your higher ryes, like the 95.5 ryes and stuff like that. They're going to have that in.
Shit, you taught me something. I didn't fucking know that.
I'm not 100% certain about that, but that's something that I saw somebody said that like in those ryes, you're going to have a little more of a mint note. And I'm like, all right, well, I like that.
As long as it's not dill pickle.
See, and I like dill pickles,
I
so
do too,
I wouldn't
but I
mind.
don't like it in the rye, dude.
Okay, well,
You
one of my
tried that
favorite
Wilderness Trail though, didn't you? That Wilderness Trail ride. You didn't get the dill pickle on that one, did you? No, it was Alan that tried it.
I didn't try the Wilderness Trail.
That thing was so dill pickle-ish.
But that's one of my favorite beers is a dill pickle beer.
No way, really?
I had it in Hot Springs, Arkansas at a distillery there. It's the only place. It was so good.
Really?
Yeah, it just, I don't know. It's odd, but it was refreshing. It was a refreshing beer. It was almost like you were drinking a seltzer.
Really?
Yeah, it was so good.
We have to try it.
You can only get it there in Hot Springs, Arkansas. I haven't found it anywhere else. Yeah,
road trip.
Hey, it's a great place.
I heard Hot Springs. Did you do the whole Hot Springs thing in Hot Springs?
Yeah,
I heard it's awesome, dude. Yeah, I heard it's really cool.
You go from like the one we went into had 4 different temperature.
Oh, really?
Pools,
oh, I didn't know that.
And like it ranged from 95 degrees to like 110.
Oh, wow.
So you had like a 95-degree tub. You could get into a 98-degree tub, 100 and something, and then a 110. And like it was great.
Now, see, if I had like little like clips when you said the 98-degree tub, I would have played a 98-degree song. But I didn't know that was coming. But that would be funny.
Anyway, Chicken from the Sea.
Chicken from what? What the hell's
you
Chicken
remember
from the Sea?
the show with the guy from 98 Degrees and what? She thought it was chicken. It's tuna, the Chicken of the Sea brand.
Oh, Jessica Simpson.
Jessica Simpson.
Yeah. Okay, that's right.
That's just that. Sorry, watched too much MTV as a kid.
Oh, dude, you just brought me back so far. Holy shit, that's funny.
You mean it's not chicken?
It's not chicken.
It's tuna.
It's tuna, dummy.
But it says chicken.
But she's hot. She gets a pass.
Hey, Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway,
these boots.
Yeah. No complaints. Yeah. No complaints. So you're definitely into ryes now.
Yes, and like that Willet tasting bottle was the one that kind of sealed the deal for me. So
you had a good one.
Leads into my story.
Well, yeah, but hold on. So like some fun ryes that you haven't tried yet. So you haven't tried. I think you asked me about it before. The Michter's barrel strength barrel. I have one, so we can try that. I have not allowed you to try Midwinter's Night's Dram, even though I have it. But like I told Troy today, I said, look, it's not cold enough. And it's not close enough to Christmas. It's the season, right? If it was cold today, I totally would.
After Thanksgiving pour.
No, you can do it now, but if it's gonna be cold. This is not 70-something degrees outside. It's not Midwinter Night's Dram pour stuff. But like when it gets there, we will have a proper tasting of Midwinter Night's Dram.
We need to have a fire too. I feel like we need to do a fire.
I'm game with that. Yeah. Someone's gotta buy a solo stove. Is what one of us needs to do that. I need to buy one. Or you have a fire pit.
I've got a fire pit. I got one of those globe fire pits. Oh, so it's a big round ball. You open it up. You can put the wood in there. And do it, and then. Yeah.
Okay, we're coming to your house for fires.
I want to get one of those solo stove too.
And we're gonna bring over high proof fucking pours that night. We're gonna have a good time. Yeah. Yes. Okay. We just came up with another night that we're gonna have to do something. What other ones did you have?
So you gave me a sample of the Sagamore rye, which was great.
You haven't tried their double oak rye yet. Oh
but
my god, that freaking bottle's so good.
And barrel seagrass, which
you've had. Yep.
I tried it. The first sample I got, or the first taste of your sample was I wasn't prepared for the higher proof on it.
Yep.
So I didn't like it. Then I finished the bottle another night and it was delicious.
Mm-hmm. It's good stuff.
And I almost bought a bottle of that the other day because I was at a place where they had it 10% off. So
really?
It was like $8 off, $9 off.
I would have bought a bottle. You didn't buy a bottle?
No, because I'm
It's really good. I know you're trying to not.
I'm trying not to buy a ton of bottles.
You're being good.
I bought a bottle that there's a story about. It was a mistake. I didn't mean to buy the bottle.
I hope I don't razz you too much because I didn't
spend a lot on it.
Well, that's good.
But it was a mistake bottle. But the next bottle I want to get is there's a distillery here in Georgia, Old Fourth Distillery, that just started doing a rye.
Okay.
And that's my next bottle.
Okay.
Like I'm going to find it. I think it's going to be $30 to $40 at the most.
Yep.
And that's my next one. I want to kind of support local.
Yeah.
And
well, support local. I've got a short barrel rye, single barrel rye that you have to try.
Okay.
That's really good. I've got a Nashville 10-year-old rye that's really good as well. I've got a Nashville 7-year-old rye that's really good from Max's Bottle Shop. I think we were in there. We told you about that one. I've got a ton of rye, so you're in good company with getting to try different things. So it's a good rabbit, especially like this. Everyone says ryes are like a summertime thing, and I disagree. See,
I think they're a year-round pour.
Yeah.
I think you can drink them in the summer.
Yeah,
but they definitely like, especially. So the other one that really got me in was the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye.
Yeah.
So I got a bottle of that, which is a totally different experience than all those other ryes. Like it's a different pour. It's
good stuff.
It's the
good stuff.
It's a good bottle.
It's the $70. It's the gold label one,
the gold
right?
label 133.2 proof is the one I ended up getting.
It's the one you want. It's the rye that every other rye wishes it could be,
and it just doesn't. It doesn't resemble the other ones. Like
it's so fucking good.
I don't get that mint flavor from it.
No, but it's fantastic.
It's great.
Yeah, it is good. It is good. All right, so I gotta hear the story. Like I could talk other ryes with you all day long, but I gotta hear the story about this bottle. So currently, let's set the stage. So there's a black bag that's sitting next to me on a chair. It could be a bomb or it could be a bottle. I'm gonna assume bottle because I heard him take the top off it. He must have just bought it, because he had to take the plastic off of it, and he wouldn't let me know what it was. So I've got to hear the story behind this bottle.
It's a mistake where if you could return liquor, I would return it, but you can't.
We've all had that.
So this all started Thursday.
Of this week?
Yes.
Oh, this is new.
This is from Thursday. Okay. So I got off work, and I had to stay downtown, Midtown Atlanta. And because my daughter's in college, she cheers. So there was a basketball game she was cheering at that night. So I was going to go to it. Didn't want to drive an hour back home and an hour back into town. So I stayed. I looked up. I was looking for a whiskey bar. Well, close to where my office is, there's two.
Okay.
One is got under a 4 rating. So I didn't go there.
Yeah, I wouldn't go to that one either.
The other one has a decent rating, and so I went there. It's in a hotel that's not far from the Fox Theater. Walk in, there's this bar. I'm like, okay, here it is. It said it was open from 1 to 11. Well, come to find out, the bar that I was at was not the bar that I was looking for. The guy told me where it was. It's actually a speakeasy that you got to go downstairs for. So I go down there. I was too early. They don't open till 5. It was about 4:20.
Okay.
So I went back upstairs and had an old fashioned at the bar. Okay. Woodford Reserve Rye old fashioned.
Okay.
I don't like Woodford Reserve that much.
Yep.
But the rye in an old fashioned was really good.
Okay.
That got me to 5 o'clock. I go downstairs to the speakeasy. Reason I wanted to go there is they have like flights that you can get.
Yep.
They've got a standard bourbon flight and they've got a rye flight.
Okay.
So I was like, cool, I'll have the rye flight.
Okay.
Online, Whistle Pig is one of the ryes that's on the flight. The Whistle Pig 6-year, the piggyback.
Oh yeah, the piggyback.
I still haven't tasted that. I've got a tasting bottle of it. I got the 10-year and the 15-year. Mm-hmm. So I've got 6, 10, 15 all ready to go. I can try it.
So I had it in Manhattan last night. I was telling you earlier, and it really wasn't in a mixed drink. I've never had it neat, but in a mixed drink, pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I've heard good things.
Yep,
I just haven't tried them yet. Mm-hmm. I've been waiting because at our old bar they were supposed to have a tasting night.
Yeah. So much for that.
Not going to happen, and we were going to get the tasting of the Boss Hog.
10 12,
Boss
15,
Hog,
no, 10, 12, 15, and the Boss Hog. That
Yeah.
was supposed to be the dinner that night.
Yeah, so
It was
that's
supposed to be expensive, but we
Right.
were all like, I've never had a Boss Hog. You've never, no.
No.
I was like, yeah, I'll try it.
I'll
Perfect.
try a $500
Yeah,
bottle.
exactly.
Let me try it.
When it's wait, 100, is it $100 a pour there?
Yeah,
They had it.
no, like 125 a pour. I
They
think.
they had it where we went to dinner last night, and
Okay.
it was one of the ones not on the bourbon list. She's like, "We got the new Boss Hog X," and I was just like, "No," because I already knew it was probably like $85 a
Yeah.
pour, and I'm like, "I'm not spending $85 on a pour of fucking Whistle Pig.
No.
I don't." Until Whistle Pig shows me that it's that good, and I'll want to try something like that. Like, would I have spent $85 on a pour for like William LaRue Weller or something, George T. Stagg, or one of those? Yeah, I probably would have, right? But that bottle, no. No. So, anyways, I just sidetracked your story.
That's all right.
Squirrel. Back to the story.
That's all right. So I get down to the speakeasy. They're ready to go. And I was like, I'm going to get the rye flight.
Okay.
Bartender goes, well, we don't have all 4 of the ones that are on the menu, but I've got 4 ryes that I can put together.
What
for
were the
you."
4 on the menu? Do you remember? I'm going to challenge you.
So Whistle Pig was one of them.
Okay.
Woodford Reserve Rye.
Okay.
Bullet Rye.
Okay. Which is good in an
and
old fashioned, by the way.
Angel's Envy Rye.
Yeah. Okay.
So like I ended up with 3 of those 4.
Okay.
So what she ended up pouring for me was actually there may have been one that, because I don't actually, maybe the Bullet wasn't on there either. I'm
Okay.
not 100% certain, but I ended up with Bullet Rye,
Okay.
Redemption Rye,
Okay.
Woodford Reserve Rye,
Okay.
and Angel's Envy Rye.
You know what's funny? I don't think I've ever seen a bottle of a Woodford Reserve Rye anywhere. I literally, if I were to
I
tell
didn't
you
know
right
it
now,
existed.
like I couldn't even tell you what the bottle looked like.
So look at a bottle of Woodford Reserve and write the word rye on it. That's what it looks like. It's the same thing. It's got a little bit of green on
Is
it.
it? I was gonna say, is there a little bit of green?
There's
on
a little
it?
bit
Okay,
of green,
that's
but
fine.
it's not like like there's some that it's really
Yeah.
evident.
Yeah.
No, this is
nothing.
just a regular
Okay.
Woodford Reserve bottle in the word rye and with a little bit of green highlighting it. Like it's not a huge difference.
Okay. All right.
So got that flight.
Yep.
Start with the Bullet Rye. Mm-hmm. Good.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's good in an old fashioned.
It's got your standard kind of like rye notes. It's not complicated.
Yep.
But it doesn't overwhelm you.
Yep.
It's not bad. It's
Yep.
good. Next was the Redemption Rye.
Okay. Which that's a lot of that pour. I think the Redemption is a lot of the well pours for some whatchamacallit, restaurants.
Yeah.
Now that Whistle Pig Piggyback 6-year rye
Has become like
that was the well pour last night at the restaurant. I was like, holy shit, that's like a $45 bottle of freaking rye. So or either that, no, it's the Redemption. Yeah, it's the Redemption. A lot of people are doing. So that's so you got a decent pour.
Well, so I liked it.
Yeah. Okay.
It was good. I think it and Bullet are around the same.
Okay. Yep.
Like very similar to each other. And then I had the Woodford Reserve Rye.
Okay. Which you'd had in the old fashioned.
Enjoyed it as a straight pour.
Okay.
It is slightly different from the other two. Like it's a little more. So the other two are both kind of like that standard rye feel, minty. Got a little bit of the spice on the back end, but refreshing. Like not overwhelming, nothing crazy. The Woodford has a little more spice on the back end, but still has that like lighter note. And so on my flight, that was the order I went.
Okay.
Well, the bartender had steadily increased. They were all supposed to be 1/2 ounce pours.
Okay.
They were not. They were 1/2 ounce, 3/4 ounce, 3/4 to an ounce. And then with the Angel's Envy, she's like, oops, I gave you a little too much.
Which is the most expensive one, too. It's a $100 bottle.
Yeah, it was like at least 1.25 ounces in there. Might have been 1.5 ounces. And that was the last one.
Okay.
And it's totally different than the other 3 because it's very sweet.
Okay. Yeah, it's like dessert.
It like you had said, it's like a dessert pour. It was like a dessert pour. I did it as my last. I ate everything I was eating, drank everything, and then just sipped it.
Did it remind you of creme brulee? Or was it something else?
So It reminded me of a dessert. I don't know.
Couldn't pick which one. I
think I got a little bit of a light chocolate note, like a milk chocolate note underneath it.
Oh, okay.
Like maybe like a creme brulee, like a chocolate creme brulee.
Yeah. Okay, yeah,
kind of more that way than just standard. I didn't get as much of the vanilla.
Okay.
That you get from a creme brulee.
Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah.
But I liked it.
Okay.
But I was surprised by that redemption because I'm like, let me look this up. I look it up, and the Redemption Rye actually was done as a mixer.
Okay.
Like a mix, like a drink for mixed drinks and stuff, like a liquor for that. It's only a $25 bottle.
Okay.
So I was like, well, I like that. I like the bullet. Mm-hmm. Let me see if I can find a bottle. I'm sure that they're at the local liquor store.
So you went for Redemption Rye.
Yeah. I went to the liquor store for Redemption Rye. And what I ended up with, because this was at almost 11 o'clock at night, they had 2 Redemption bottles.
Yeah.
And the rye bottle has a darker label on it.
Is it maroon?
And it's almost black.
It's almost black. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever seen it.
Yeah. And the bourbon has a lighter label on it. So there were these 2 bottles on the shelf.
Yep.
And I was like, all right. And I saw the word rye. So I picked the bottle up. This is the bottle I got. It's the Redemption High Rye Bourbon. I did not get the Redemption Rye.
I've never even seen that bottle.
The Redemption Rye bottle's not even this high. It's like
it's
that
the short
tall.
one.
It's short.
I've never seen that bottle before.
I hadn't either. I thought this was the rye.
So it's 60% corn, 36% rye, 4% barley.
I have no idea if I'm going to like that. What I read, I might not. I might. It's a mixer bourbon too.
I don't think I've ever seen this bottle. Oh man, I'm sorry. You bought a bottle of that. So it's all right. So good things. Distilled in Indiana, which means it is
MGP.
Yep. Aged no less than 2 years. That's
not good.
I mean, the color's not terrible.
It's
the bottle's kind of cool. I mean,
yeah.
Kind of plain.
For $25, it's a $25 mistake.
92 proof. Yeah, you can use it in mixed drinks.
But when you were going to get the rye that you just drank.
Yeah, you were a little disappointed.
And then I got stubborn because I could have bought the rye because I found it at another liquor store this weekend. But I'm like, no, I'm not buying it because I bought this bottle. I've got to drink from this one. I'm not going to spend another $25. Like
I'm going to go plow this bottle that I may not like.
I'm just going to punish myself every time and it could be good, but every time I drink it, I'm going to be like, it's not the rye. Oh God. It's not the bottle I meant to buy.
It's the high rye. But you know what's funny? Even being a high rye, like 36% seems not low to me.
High.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It doesn't seem that high to me. All right. Well, you got to put the cork. You got to put it next to the thing, and you got to crack the cork on it. So I don't know if I've ever had.
Oh no, this is.
Oh yeah, you got to do it in front of the thing. Come on, you got to do a. There we go.
All right,
you got to do a proper cork pop. I don't think I've ever had Redemption before.
Not a horrible smell, but it's probably going to taste very young.
I mean, we'll put it this way: I've had some really shitty bottles of bourbon. One of them being
I'm sure this might
Rough
be
Rider.
One of them.
No, I don't know about that. I've had some really bad bottles of bourbon. I have a terrible bottle of bourbon that's in that box over there.
Okay.
That's basically in the timeout box. Wow, that smells really corn forward.
Yeah, this is young, really young.
It's funny. My buddy made a video. He just moved into a house from Jasper to Ball Ground.
Okay.
And he was bringing his whole collection down. And he took a video of him pouring out the exact same bottle I have in timeout over there. And he was like, when you buy this bottle, you pour it down the drain. It's a fucking drain pour. Like, I've even tried to use it in cooking. And the flavor of that comes out in cooking. Oh, it's that bad. It is really bad.
I was hoping I would drop this on accident.
Oh shit! I lost $25.
Except I wanted to bring it today because I'm like, I have to bring the accident bottle.
Because we knew we were doing this.
Oh yeah, this is the accident bottle. This is maybe this is a bottle I give to Alan.
Oh, you know what? That's a good thing. So
Yeah.
Alan, we love you, but you're the dumpster of liquor. So Alan's the guy that will come, and I don't know how he does it. Like, he's a fucking modern marvel, is what he is.
Oh, he's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, he'll come in and do a fucking old fashioned, and then he'll have a dirty martini, and then he'll go and do a straight pour of bourbon. And then he'll go have something. I don't know how he does it.
Redheaded slut. Or
Yeah,
whatever
redhead
it
slut.
is.
That's what he. Yeah, he asked her
Which
to make
is
their
like-
damn redhead slut a couple times too.
Oh,
I don't know how he does it. I would be sick. I would have a hangover. I'd be miserable. I stay in
doesn't
my
phase
lane.
him. Does not phase him at all.
Dude, props to you, Alan, for having the stomach from
All right,
the stomach of the
I'm
gods.
pouring this in. Gonna see
Into what? The trash or your
No, my
mouth?
mouth. It's going in my mouth. Let's see what happens.
All right, so I'm gonna wait to take a sip till he takes it. So while he's thinking, it is very corn forward. It's got a little bit of proofy to it on your nose, even though it's only 92.
Yeah, it's just young and not the best. It's not horrible. It would probably rank somewhere in between.
There's red fruit on it.
It would rank in between that Jim Beam tasting bottle and the
That's $25.
early times.
You spent 25 on it?
Yeah, 25. It wouldn't.
Not Wild Turkey 101 though.
No,
Best
Wild Turkey would
$25
beat
dollar,
it. Yeah,
dollar bottle in the world.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's see.
But it's not the rye. It's not what I like experience with the rye.
You know what? You know what? That Traverse City I have over there, same as this.
Yeah,
It's that off-profile MGP.
yeah. Like
It's that fruit. It's fruit forward. That's not bad. To be honest with you.
No, it's just young. It just hit like it. The mid palate is what is kind of weird on it.
See, I don't have any weirdness on it. I don't mind that at all.
Okay,
I don't mind that at all.
let me go with my second.
We did do back-to-back episodes, and we just did come off a Reposado tequila, but I don't mind that. It's very fruit. You still get the weirdness mid palate.
Not as much. It's a little dry.
A little bit, but
Little
I think
dry.
it's got this like peppery feel to like a spice, like a
Yeah,
rye
it's-
spice.
that's
You get
that
the rye
rye
spice,
that's a
I
little
think.
bit
Yeah,
there.
Yeah, because I have it still.
Yeah.
It's not proofy. It's the rye spice.
No,
to
it's
it.
the rye, and it's there's just. I think it's the tequila that's. It doesn't hit you up front though either. Like. That's why I'm saying like kind of young. Like I don't get an upfront when I first put it in there. I'm not tasting it until I go to swallow.
It is very spicy.
Yeah.
I get it. I have it again. I mean, it's okay
Yeah.
for
It's
a mixer.
like I said, it's not horrible. It's not, but
That'd be if that spice comes through in an old fashioned.
yeah, that would be good in an old
Only
fashioned.
92 proof.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to have a proof. That's the thing with an old fashioned. Like I like mine. Like I think my favorite is High West Double Rye. In an old fashioned, and I think it's because of that rye punch that I like to comes through. Because I like my old fashions less sweet and more proofy, more savory. So I think that will come through on that spice.
I just got the like fruit
Did
on the
you?
back
Yeah.
end on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
third,
Oh, yeah.
the third drink, and I think it's just because I'm not used to this.
It's that
yet.
Traverse City.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna step away to keep talking.
So, yeah, I guess it's not a huge mistake. Still a mistake bottle, but not bad to have a $25 mistake. Bourbons, tequilas, ryes, different things. You could end up with $75, $100, $200 mistakes, and
That's
then
when it
not
gets bad.
really be happy with that at all.
That's when it gets bad. So here,
Oh,
pour that. So this is So this is the Traverse City. So this is a store pick from Max's Bottle Shop over in Johns Creek. This is a single barrel private select Traverse City barrel proof, 6 years old, 58.1% alcohol. It is MGP. So fun fact about this bottle. Normal barrel yield is 180 to 220 normally.
Yeah.
This barrel yielded 102 bottles. That's it.
Oh, wow.
That's insane.
Was it stored at like 120 degrees?
Either that or you got a leaky ass barrel.
Yeah.
So Yeah, and I'm bottle number 49. So as I talked about in my last podcast, I have a very love of different bottle numbers. 49s for the 49ers. So try that.
Oh, there you go.
I think you'll find it very similar to this.
Have you poured this for Purdy?
I don't know.
I mean, it's bottle 49.
I should pour it for Purdy. I didn't even think about that shit.
No. When you're doing pours for Purdy.
Well, guess what? Pours for Purdy hasn't done shit the last 3 weeks.
Hey. Didn't they just have a bye week or?
Yeah, they're on it now.
Right now?
Yeah. So we're not playing today.
All right.
Yeah, try that.
Yeah.
Just leave it. I'll probably pour another little bit of it too because I want to see if it's like it. I think it is. When I pour the Redemption, it's it's off profile MGP is what really that Traverse is, which reminds me of this stuff. Yeah. I'll give you other MGP that tastes nothing like this, and you'll be like, this is completely different. But I think you're going to find a lot of similar qualities. Same fruitiness.
Yeah, but I can tell it's older.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Because you get a little bit of the oakiness in there, and it hits the spice on the back end. Mm-hmm. That's just a really young version of that.
Yeah. I think that's why I want to show you it because I really believe it is. I think this is. Like when I first tried that Redemption, I was like, oh shit, that's the Traverse City I have because of that fruit. And you don't get that kind of fruit note in all the MGPs. So that's why I tried that. Yeah, the nose is even, it's more oak. You get more of it.
It's just got age.
Well, it's also 58% alcohol when this one's only 46. So a big difference there too.
But yeah, you've got that right as you're swallowing that whatever that fruit or middle flavor to it that's in that.
This blows that away.
Yeah.
But like you're saying, though, 4 years.
Right.
4-year difference.
Yep.
I'll guarantee you that's what this is older. I'll guarantee you. Oh, it's spicier, too.
It's spicier at the end, but it's the same like kick on the end, like except it's a lot spicier.
Do you okay, ready? Cantaloupe. Do it again. I just remembered that I went back to this the other night. And when I had it, it's cantaloupe or mango. It's one of the two. You don't get it?
Well, it's not mango.
It's cantaloupe.
Cantaloupe.
Do you get it?
Yeah, the melon, like.
Isn't that nuts? I remember trying it. Now I'm doing it again, and I'm like, oh, shit, I forgot about that with this.
Because I can taste that on the side of my tongue. Mm-hmm. Like, that's like.
So I have another bottle upstairs from Master Pick. It's coconut.
Oh, weird.
Dude, shit you not. My friend's brought it over, and he's just like, what do you case? I'm like, fucking coconut. He's like, isn't that crazy? It's coconut. This is straight cantaloupe. That's the craziest fucking thing I've ever had. And I noticed it the other night when I had it. I remember it was a couple weeks ago. Because at the bourbon drop at Max's, I was talking to Nerds and Burbs about it. I was like, dude, it's straight cantaloupe. It's insane. It's absolutely fucking crazy.
Have you had winter melon? Like, have you ever had it?
No. So what it is? It's not honeydew.
No.
Okay.
But it's like a white melon. Like, looks kind of like honeydew.
Okay.
But it has like a flavor that's in between honeydew and cantaloupe.
Oh.
So
never
it's
even
got
had that before.
Yeah, like it's I've only had it a couple of times, but I'm wondering if that's kind of what I'm tasting in this.
It's straight cantaloupe. I mean, yeah.
Like maybe because it's not the mature cantaloupe flavor. Like
it's a little the green cantaloupe flavor.
Yeah. And that's kind of what that
by the rind.
That like Because when you get that mature cantaloupe flavor, like that just is like an overwhelming, and this is like a subtle, like, okay, it's there.
Yep.
But
agreed. Isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
So I really think this Redemption is just the younger version of what that Traverse City is.
It's not bad. Mm-mm. I like.
Both of them are pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, that Redemption for 20. Listen, I mean, for what it is, would I buy bottles of it? No, but for what it is at $25 and know that you have it and can do it in mixed drinks and like stuff like that, I wouldn't be mad about that. I'd be mad that you didn't get the bottle you wanted.
Right. And I mean, that's what I'm going to still, this is every time I take a drink of this, I'm going to think about that.
You should just put a sticker on and just say, you should just put a sticker after the R that just spells regrets.
I think I need to just say not rye. Like high, not rye.
I don't see how rye forward that is.
No, it's missing that.
I thought there was a way that like if there was a high rye, like it would say like it had to be a certain percentage of rye to consider it high rye.
It just, if it's a bourbon, it's got to be the next highest percentage of grain in there to be a high rye.
Okay, I'm just using the word high then in a different, I'm just thinking like high rye, I expect like 60, 70, you know what I'm saying? Or 40 something, you know what I'm saying?
So to be a rye, it's the same as with bourbon with corn. So to be a rye, it's got to be at least 51% rye.
Oh, okay. All right.
And like your MGP ryes or your true ryes are like 95%.
Yeah.
Except somebody, and I don't remember whether I like was watching a YouTube video or I read it. There's one out there that's 96.4.
I wonder who that's from.
And I can't remember it. My brain just won't hold that information. But I would be interested to see if there's like any difference between a 95.5 and a 96.4, like and if could there be 100% rye out there? Like 100% rye.
Oh, I don't know. What would it taste like?
I have no idea. But it'd be interesting to find out.
96 rye for J. Reiger, Rieger.
I don't know if that's the one, but there's probably a few that are out there.
Yeah,
like that 96.4. And I guess it's a way to differentiate to say, hey, we've got the highest percentage rye.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I like rye, so I really can't complain that much.
Yeah. That seems to be the lane I'm going, except for the fact that like I now have I'm at the new restaurant we're going to. The guy gave us a sample of the Old Elk cigar cut. And I'm going to have to have a pour of that.
Yeah.
And I've been looking for the volume 2 of the Milan and Green unabridged. That was a good pour.
Was good. So the other night when we were at the bar, we were there after closing, and the owner of the restaurant came over. And he gave us 2. We were to shoot the shit with all of them. I had stag that I've learned. Troy's laughing because he knows.
Well, I've learned that lesson.
So it's funny. So when I was in Orlando, for my last trip back in August or September, we went out on me and the other 4 leadership people on my team, we went out for a kind of a pub crawl through Orlando because it's just what we do. We just drink and bond together. And we went to one of the bars in Orlando and they had a stag behind the counter. And I was like, oh shit, perfect. So I ended up having a pour of it. After that pour, I don't want to say I don't remember much, but the night got pretty foggy. And you know me, right? I'm like, it takes a lot for me to have the night get foggy. That happened with me. Yeah, Monday night. I don't know what the fuck that was about. Something with stag just fucking knocks me.
Yeah.
I want to say it knocks me on my ass, but it's the closest thing to knocking me on my ass that I think I get.
Well, and at that bar,
I know it's 130 proof, but
they don't give you
Jesus Christ,
light pours. They give you real pours.
They give you 3-ounce pours, man.
It's a lot.
The guy doesn't use a jigger.
No, and he just pours it in there.
It's a 3-ounce pour. So like every damn drink that we get's a 3-ounce pour.
It's a double.
So you're drinking 130 proof, 130 plus proof stag. And but I can drink 130 proof things, and it doesn't. Something with stag just knocks me on my keister, basically.
Yeah.
So the Milan and Green. Sorry, we squirrel again. The Milan and Green. Oh shit, I don't have it. You got the picture of the side of it?
I got the picture.
So listen, we've had Milan and Green before. And I'll be honest with you, it's okay. I didn't hate it. I don't think I'd search it out, but this was the Milan and Green unabridged batch 2. So the blend it's a blend. It's an 11. All right. So there's 6 different casks in it. So there's 11 casks of 16-year-old Tennessee. So it's probably Dickel, right? 18 casks of 7-year-old Tennessee Dickel. 5 casks of 4-year-old Tennessee Dickel. 9 casks of 3.5-year-old Kentucky bourbon, 11 casks of 2-year-old Kentucky bourbon, and then 2 casks of 2-year-old Texas bourbon, which is probably, I think, I'm sorry. The 2 bourbons were bourbon malted ryes, the 2 Kentuckys, and then the final Texas one's a bourbon malted rye as well. Okay. I bet you the Texas bourbon malted rye is probably their own liquid. Probably, okay. Yeah. This was pretty good.
It was.
I've had other Malam and Greens, and I was not very, listen, again, not bad. I wouldn't go buy a bottle. This one was the first one that I was like, oh shit, this blend is really, really good.
And when I was driving back from Florida, I thought I found one. And then I turned the bottle around and realized, no, this is not the bottle that we had.
Because like you got the Jedi mind trick. This is not the bottle you're looking for.
It was a different mix. And then after researching online, found out that was volume 1. Because I thought maybe volume 2 was multiple different blends.
Yep.
Maybe they just are, but no, I don't know where we would even find this.
It was good. I think if we go back and they have it, I think I'm going to try another pour of it because I had 2 stags. Yeah. 2 3-ounce stags. So I think I'll go back and try it again. But we also tried that night. We did that one first, then the Old Elk on the way out.
Yeah. The Old
Elk cigar cut. That was pretty fucking good.
And that's that. I want to get a full pour, to like see if I like, because that's not a cheap bottle. It's
120,
125. But if it's as good in a regular pour as it was in the partial pour that they gave us, might be worth it for me. Because I'm not going to ever probably afford the Joseph Magnus cigar cut.
To something. I have a bottle of it upstairs. You try it.
Yeah, I need to try it because I've heard that's the cigar cut.
Every batch is completely different too.
And that's the one for your
cigar cut. But that Old Elk was pretty good, dude.
But yeah, it was a good.
I wasn't mad about
good blend. Good
I was surprised by it when we had it. I mean, it was the last thing probably the last thing I remember that night. But it was good. I mean, it was pretty good. And I remember mentioning to you too. Do you remember though? When we first got there, he was going through all the bottles. I'm like, you should try that. And you're like, I don't want to try it. But when we got to try it, you were like, this is pretty fucking. Oh, yeah. I mean, again, though, you not knowing what it is and not wanting to pay for a pour is a completely fair assessment, right? Like, I completely understand that. Us getting a free half-ounce pour from the owner kind of which is cool. Which, again, this is what they should be doing, right? If you've got people, listen, if you're a bar, right, and you got people that come in, and they know what they appreciate, tequila, bourbon, whatever, right? And if you can give somebody a half an ounce pour of something and introduce them to it, then you're not only turning them onto a new brand that they might fall in love with and go buy things, but they're going to come back to your restaurant and want to try it again, and they'll pay for it, right? Yeah.
Well, and he keeps good bottles in that bar because that's where you finished off his Jack 12. They've got
bland. I got Jack 12 upstairs. I still have to crack that fucker.
We need to try
Son
that.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. But they had Willet.
Yeah, they have got a lot of good stuff there.
I think they had a purple top up there.
They had the weeded, which I have that too. So that's why I didn't buy it. But the weeded.
But they've got just little things. They had the
Midwinter's Night's Dram.
Yep. They had an Act 10. They had, they've got blends. They've got Stag. They have your standards. They've got Eagle Rare there.
Yep.
You can get Buffalo Trace. Yep. You can get, but you can get those like the Old Elk cigar cut. You can get that unabridged. Like they have it there. They've got like they do
a good job,
and the owner seems to enjoy it as much as like.
That's a relationship we have to continue to foster and make sure that we go back and all that stuff. So I mean, because I think. Anywhere it's going to give you a few extra pours like that to try things is, in my opinion, it's just like, I don't know, it's just cool.
Right. And just to like spend the time to talk to us.
Yes.
And it's only the second time that we've been in there as a group.
Yep.
You've been there a lot more, but we'd only come in a couple times.
Yep.
We weren't, I mean, we're spending some money in the bar, but we're not like every day.
We're not high rollers.
Yeah, we're not breaking the bank in there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's nice just to have somebody.
It just gets you introduced to new things,
Right?
Which every bar won't do, but they should.
Yeah.
I mean, again, if you have somebody, if you're coming in buying gin and tonics, or you're just buying pours of something, you're not open-minded, then it doesn't make sense, right? You're not just going to go give people pours of things just to give them pours of things to try, because they're going to try it and go, this is bullshit, I hate it. But if you like we are, right? We're very much we're open-minded, right? We'll try different things. We don't have gigantic wallets where we go buy Eagle Rare 25 for $10,000, but we will try different things to see if we like it. It's that situation, you know, and it's cool that somebody acknowledges that and understands that and then introduces you to that stuff. So
yeah,
that's cool.
Well, and I was going to go there Sunday night, take Angie. Didn't realize they weren't open on Sunday night. So now I'm going to have to take her on a Saturday or a Friday.
Yeah, but dinner there's fantastic.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, they got rainbow trout up there, so I'm all about that.
Twout.
Yep.
Twout from Parks and Rec. God, I love that movie, that little show. Okay, anyways. So thanks for sharing the redemption. Sorry you got the wrong bottle.
Hey, at least it wasn't horrible.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be mad about that. I wouldn't be mad about that. Old fashions.
Yeah.
Learn how to make a Manhattan. Have you had a Manhattan yet?
I've had one. I don't know how to make one, though.
Where'd you have it?
So
I like it better than old fashioned.
I had it at Canoe.
Oh, yeah. We got to go to Canoe.
Yeah.
I heard Canoe is really good. That's where you had the kangaroo, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we got to go to Canoe.
Rabbit,
I heard it's really
kangaroo, nice drinks, beautiful view.
We need to
go
go to
see the
Kangaroo.
river and all that.
We need to plan a date night at the kangaroo. Not you and me date night.
But
you know what I mean?
Family. Yeah, I understand.
The family date night.
Yep.
All right. Well, thanks, Troy, for joining, man. This is 2 episodes in a row. I like it. It's appreciate it.
It's fun.
I might need to have a podcast mate, like a co-podcast mate. I would like that. So, well, that'll about do it for the Dram Amateur podcast for today. Thanks you guys all for listening. Very much appreciate it. I'm Jason. Troy joined me today. Look for us on all the major podcast networks. But thanks, guys, all for joining. Have a great rest of your day, and cheers. This has been the Dram Amateur podcast.